Hello and welcome back to DocTrack Administrator Training. With this lesson, we're going to begin our look at DocTrack and the cloud by looking at the DocTrack Cloud Storage Form. So far, we've focused on using DocTrack to and from locations in a Windows file system environment. But it can also archive files to and from cloud accounts. DocTrack recognizes the $sign as the first character of a cloud storage tag, or Cloud ID. When a tag like this is used as the first part of the path to an existing file, DocTrack will go to the appropriate cloud account and folder to find it. And if the cloud storage tag is used in a document saving rule or a DocTrack form output profile, then DocTrack will save the new file in the appropriate cloud account and folder. You can use cloud storage for all of your DocTrack archive, or only a part of it. And as we'll discuss later, you have control over each user's ability to access existing files or add new ones there. To get started, you'll first need one or more cloud storage accounts from at least one of the following providers: Amazon S3, Box, and Dropbox Business. Next, you need to define your cloud storage tags in the DocTrack Cloud Storage Form. When you first start to add a new record here, you'll only see two fields. The other fields of information required will be different, depending on the cloud provider you're using. Now, for our example, I've set up a free personal account with Box using an email address I established for Randall Cole. As you can see, we've got quite a few directories with existing files here. So I've added this folder that I want to use as the root directory for DocTrack files that are archived to this cloud account. Okay, let's go back to the DocTrack Cloud Storage Form. I'll select Box as my provider. And as soon as I do, you see all of the other relevant fields for associating a cloud storage tag with the Box account. Next, the Cloud ID is where I specify the characters of the tag. In other words, the rest of the characters after the $sign. I'll just call it BoxRC for Randall Cole. Here, I'll enter the email address for the account, and then the password. The next three fields ask for the unique information required to set up Box.com cloud accounts for use with DocTrack. We'll need a client key, a secret key, and a redirect URI. Now, just for a moment, I want to select the next record so that we can compare that to what's needed to set up a Dropbox account. Notice that these requirements are much different. So what you'll need to set up a cloud account for DocTrack will be different depending on the provider. Now, we're not going to go into how you get this information right now. Just take note of the fields required for each provider. Then you can contact them to get the information you need. Okay, I've entered all of the information I need for those fields. Finally, we'll want to specify the root path for our archive. As I mentioned before, we want this to be the root for the archive. So I'll put that folder name in this field. Notice that I don't need any backslashes. Now that's it. We've just created this Cloud ID tag. Now, you'll find out in the user course that when this Cloud ID is referenced in a rule, users will be able to navigate in the DocTrack folder and any folder underneath it. But they won't be able to navigate to the other folders in Randall's Box account. So, knowing this, perhaps you'll want to establish rules that don't allow users to navigate through all of the DocTrack folder and subfolders. For example, what if you wanted a rule just for customer service related attachments? You may want to allow the user to navigate through the customer service folder and its subfolders, while restricting them from looking at any other subfolder in the DocTrack archive? Well, that's pretty simple to do. I'm going to make a copy of this Cloud ID, and then I'll modify it just a bit. We'll make the new Cloud ID to be box RCCS for customer service. Then I'll modify the root path by adding a backslash and then CS. Now, when this Cloud ID is used in a rule, the users will be restricted to the customer service folder. That's how you set up Cloud IDs in the DocTrack Cloud Storage Form. And that's all for now. On our next lesson, we'll go over the additional requirements to set up a Cloud ID for AWS. See you then.